Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up, late nights.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And as you can tell by the title, yes, I was not cut out to be a teacher. I'm starting off with that. I was not cut out to be a teacher. I wasn't a very good student myself. I wasn't good as a student, and I see that I'm not good as being a parent and a teacher at the same time. And, my respect, and, these teachers deserve a lot of praise for the things that they do handling these kids. I have 2 kids, and my son is 5, but my daughter is 1. They both have the same birth date, and he's turning 6 soon, the end of next month, and she's turning 2, and my daughter needs a lot of attention. So as a parent, I'm over here cleaning up the mess that they make, as well as trying to keep her entertained, because as I said, she needs a lot of attention. My son, on the other hand, as well, he needs help with his schoolwork on the laptop, and I noticed that he's not good at learning at home. He wants to go back to school. He was constantly, when this thing first happened, he was constantly asking when his school going to reopen, when is school going to open, because I think for him, learning in that environment, a school environment with other students there, it's easier for him than being home. I don't think that he associates home with doing schoolwork, and he just wants to play with his sister. She wants to play with him, and it's, he's getting very distracted, and it's hard not to do that. And then I don't want to put her into a different room and just have her watching the TV all the time. And she doesn't like to play with her toys. Both of them have a ton of toys, but she doesn't like to play with them alone. She'll play with them if he's playing with the toys, and she wants to do whatever her big brother is doing. And that's the problem I'm having right now, trying to do this. I'm actually thankful for this break right now. We get the spring break, or this Easter break, whatever you want to call it, that we're going to have here starting today. But he still has to do some work. He still has to read. He still has to practice his math, over the break. I know a lot of students don't have this break, because I know maybe, was it a week or 2 ago, that the governor, I believe it was the governor, who had canceled spring break for the kids. He wants the teachers to continue to do the remote classes. I think he gives them today the 9th off, and he give them today off and tomorrow off, but from next week, Monday, they will continue to have remote classes. On the other, my son fall in that lucky path, myself too, but then again, he's in kindergarten, but he's in a charter school, so they don't go by the same rules, I believe. They don't go, they do their own thing, because many times when school is closed for the regular public school, he still has to go to school. But I think it's raining right now. He still has class. He still has school. And there's times when he doesn't have school, where the public school still has school. So his school runs a little bit different. Anyone who have kids in charter school knows that. Yeah, but him being home right now is a bit difficult on myself and him too, because his focus is easily loses his focus. At home, he's pick anything he plays. He can't have a toy in his hand. He wouldn't be paying attention. Even so much as the pencil, he stopped playing with the pencil. That's how much his focus is not here. And he just wants to play. He doesn't associate it. He associates it with no homework. He's not even calling it schoolwork. He calls it homework, because he associates homework, because for the almost a year, that's what he's been doing. He's been going to school. And when he comes home, he does his homework for maybe an hour and a half, and then he's back being a kid, doing what kids like to do. He runs around, plays with his sister, and all that stuff. So it's kind of difficult for him. The teacher had us, the school had us do a survey about this remote class and this remote, stuff. And I put that in the question. She's like, "Is there any concerns or anything you want to air?" And there's a section for that. And I said that. I said, I need to know how to keep him engaged, how to keep him for him not to get distracted, being that it's not just him, it's him and his sister. And if my brother was here, it would have been even worse. If my little brother was here, he wouldn't be paying attention, not at all. It would have been chaos in here. It's already his, or it already is. My daughter, she wants to run, climb, jump, run, stomp, everything. He wants to do the same thing, and it's. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how, and I don't think it's just myself as a dad, because people like to say women can handle this more. With their mom, it's even worse with her because they don't usually listen to her. They do whatever they want. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's a man thing or a woman thing. It's even worse with her. So my son is not used to doing schoolwork and schoolwork at home. And I was the same way growing up. I didn't associate schoolwork with home. Home is home, school is school. And that's how I was. I literally in high school did my homework in class, in the next class, and it's since junior high. So when I go home, I don't have to do homework or that much. That's the only way I would do homework. I would actually finish my homework. When I'm home, it's like my brain can't process being in school. Because at the time, I believe my school was from back then, which was in the 90s. My school was from 8 to 3, I believe. That's what it was, from 8 to 3. My brain couldn't come up with this 8 to 3 schedule, being in school for 8 to 3, then come home and still spend hours doing homework, because you have a homework from every class. You have your science, you have your social studies, your science and social studies, your math, the music homework, and whatever other classes you may have. You still have to come home and do all of those homework, your English homework, yeah. And my brain couldn't process it. And when I'm home, I wouldn't do it. Especially when I'll probably do one or two and that's it. I stop. I fall asleep. And, that's how it was. I don't know, maybe I was not diagnosed with anything, but I know this with myself. When I read, even if it's a book, that's why I don't read books. I put it out there, I do not read books. I want to read books, but I don't read books. Once I start to read, I don't know what happens with me. My brain just gets stressed out and I fall asleep. It makes me sleepy. If I want to go to sleep fast, I read a book and before I even finish that first page, I start yarning. And that's what happened when I'm helping my kid. Being that I'm the one that's here with the kids and I'm helping him with the work, I have to read, and sometimes I have to help him read books. And while I'm reading, I'm falling asleep. I'm yarning and I'm falling asleep. So that's the problem we have there. I have to teach him, try not to fall asleep while I'm reading stuff to him. It was like a sentence, a paragraph right there is fine. But once it becomes like a book, it's not falling asleep. Like small books is fine. But I know one day from school, he came home with a book that was like 25 pages. And oh my Lord, I couldn't do it. By the time I reached page 3, I was falling asleep. I kept yarning and yarning and yarning and yarning. When I was finished with him, I just felt so tired, I went to sleep. Literally went and took an hour nap. That was what reading does to me. I don't know. I mean, I have to talk to my doctor about that. Maybe I can go do some I don't know what's going on. This is me happening to me since I was maybe, not I won't say a little kid, but since I started high school. That's when they started happening to me. I don't know why it happens, but that's how it happens. I'll be in class and I have to read and I'm just falling asleep in the back of the class. That's how I was. But hopefully my son doesn't go through that. I don't know what it is that I have. Hopefully he doesn't have that too. Doesn't seem like it, but he loves to read. But then back then, with his age, it didn't seem like that too. I used to read. I used to win spelling bees and all that stuff. And right now, and being that my son is home, he's starting to forget. Even though we try to keep him doing the things he did in school, I don't know how they teach in school. In a charter school, he had 2, 3 teachers in a room, and then he just has to deal with, one or two impatient parents who was not meant to be teachers. Like I started off and said, I was not meant to be a teacher. That's why I'm not in that profession. I don't have the patience to deal with kids. I mean, I could deal with my kids having some patience, but sometimes they push your buttons. And for me to be in a room full of kids that's not even mine as well, I don't know. I commend those teachers who can actually do that. Now, I know on Friday, my son's school is going to do, I don't know if it's going to be on video, or not, but we get to speak with the teachers directly, and they were able to tell us, give us advice on what to do and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that on Friday, tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think my son would probably be more engaged if it was done over video, because I know I've seen it on the news. Some schools are using Zoom to do it, and you don't have to use Zoom. You can use Google Hangouts or whatever, but as long as you can have all the students. But the thing is, they themselves don't really know how to use the softwares. They did it one day, and it was hectic, as you're hearing everyone's background noises. You're hearing everyone's parents in the back talking, or all the students trying to talk to each other, say hi and whatever, talk to the teachers, and you have all the teachers on the phone at the same time, on the video chat at the same time. So everyone is there, and it was like chaos. I mean, you can hear everyone clearly, which was the good point about it. Anything anyone said, but everyone was talking. And maybe I don't know if they should have some kind of classroom, chat room, app itself. I don't know, application, whatever you want to call it, software, that you should have specifically just that alone for students. Maybe you should have a button where if they want to talk, they just press the button to talk, kind of like a walkie-talkie, where they just hold it and then they get to speak, so not everyone is speaking at the same time, or they turn the mic on and off, so that way the teachers can just teach classes over video chat at least. And I think my son will more enjoy that more than just getting assignments throughout the day. And sometimes it's a lot of stuff, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to play with them, help him? I mean, play with my daughter, help my son, clean, cook. How am I supposed to do all of this? And it's like basically it takes up the whole day. They even have a schedule, one to go on lunch, and not only that too, he has his therapy, and I think he likes his therapy better because it's a video chat. His speech therapy is over video chat, and he gets to speak and see, and she's going through books for him and get him to read, and I see that he's more engaged with that more than this just reading off of things. That my son is more like me. I learn easier with visuals than with a live person demonstrating, teaching the class, than reading it out of a book. Certain things, yes, but like building something, doing this and that, yeah, I could do that from reading a book. But as a classroom experience, I don't want a computer screen with words on it teaching me. I want the classroom experience. I want a teacher there doing what the teachers do and teaching over the video chat. I think that he would be more happy with that, because I see he's excited when he's doing his speech therapy on the video chat, and he seemed to enjoy that much more than this remote class. I think they did it the one time that they did do it, he did enjoy it. He actually had fun when he gets to see the other students, and he gets to be silly with his friends. And I think, yeah, and I've noticed that with him when we try to teach him, because there's things that he knew that we didn't know that he knew, because my son knew things. He knew shapes. He knew as a baby. Whatever. We didn't even know he knew that he knew these things until we took him to early intervention, And when we took him there and they asked him the shapes, because when we asked him, he wouldn't say anything. But when they asked him, he said, triangle, diamond, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's A, B, C. And he said, I'm like, wow. He knew things that we didn't know, but I think he doesn't see us as his teachers. He see us as his parent. And it's kind of difficult for him to adjust with that. And I know I'm not the only parent that's going through that. I've seen it on the news. A lot of parents are going through similar things to what we're going through here. And yeah, it's tough. And I know the parents that are upset that the governor has actually stopped, has actually canceled the spring break, as they call it, or Easter break, whatever, or the recess, as my son's school is calling it. Yeah, the spring recess, but that is very sad for those parents. I know they're fighting to have it put back on. Some of them need a break. Some parents are working from home, and I know because my girl was working from home. She did two days of working from home, and it's difficult because the kids, they love to be up under her, and she was trying not to, and then she's trying to help him with the work. And then I know parents too, is working from home is a headache. I know that I have my brother who hates to work from home, constantly on the phone. I know someone who's a teacher themselves, says it's easier being in the classroom because when you're home, you got to deal with tons of students' quick questions. You're constantly on the computer. You're constantly getting emails. You have all your bosses and everybody is calling you at the same time. And that's the same thing my brother is going through. He's getting constantly getting emails and phone calls, and it's not what he's used to. And then you have to set up all the softwares, that too. Because my girl, the first day that she did it, which was, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, she did it like 2 weeks ago, the first time. So far, she did it 4 times. She worked from home, and she did not really enjoy it. It's not like it's actually boring. It's not getting to do a lot of work. She feels like, and then the first day, the first 2 times is all about setting up software. All about setting up the software. She's constantly asking me questions because I'm the technical one in the house. So she's constantly asking me how to do this, how to do that. And I'm like, I'm trying to help her do things that I'm not supposed to see. So I'm like, I'm trying to direct her and tell her, okay, we'll try this, try that, because there's things that she's, sensitive things that she's dealing with her job that I'm not supposed to see and I can't see. So she's explained to me, I'm trying to figure out what she's saying, trying to advise her on what to do. And the setup is just more, and then it's just a lot more headache than actually being at work. She actually rather be at work than to be working from home, even though she gets to be with the kids and she don't have to travel on the train and all that stuff with everything that's going on right now. So it's pretty much different experience. And everyone I know who works from home prefer to be at work. It's a much better experience. And I've never worked from home, so I don't know. Well, technically I am working from home. I'm now a teacher, so I couldn't understand. It's much more of a headache. If you like this video, everybody, please give a thumbs up. Just give the video a like, put a like in this video. Please subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, leave your comments down below. Follow me on social media at TalkWithB36 on Twitter and Instagram. I just want to tell everybody, stay safe. Please practice your self-distancing social distancing. You're supposed self-quarantine, only get outside. You could go get your little exercise, your little walk, and but mostly, for the most part, just stay indoors. I know the weather has been nice and everyone wants to go outside, but so far it seems like that we're not going to reach that 100,000 deaths, which is good, which is a good thing. I don't like to hear people dying, I don't like to hear things like that. So I'm actually happy that it's going down. And I know at first they had said that for the next 2 weeks, which will be this week and next week, will be the worst. But it seemed like here in New York, we have reached our curve. I hope so, but not because we reached our curve means everyone gets to go outside and go back to life as usual. It's going to take time. We're going to have to slowly do that. So, everybody stay safe, and thanks for visiting the channel, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.
If you let it be that way, yeah. Sit back and love your own journey every day. Got deep thoughts in